A bright and sunny sky can only mean one thing: Akron Racers softball. Thanks for joining me on the first edition of Racers Rundown. Today's show, we will talk to head coaches Levin and Dustin Combs to get an inside look into the season and what some of the players are doing to prepare. Kind of just talk about getting back on the field and just seeing the players out on the field and the warm weather and just kind of being back around the environment.
Well, yeah, it's been great. I got here on Saturday. We've worked hard, with the people that we have back. We've got most of our returners back and just some great additions. So what we've seen so far is everything we expected, and we're hoping to build on what happened last year.
What should fans be excited about for the season?
Oh, I think we're going to be excited with the fact that we've got a lot of returners back. And, we ended the season in a championship series, and I think that that's the expectation that we have. I'm sure it's the expectation the fans have. I think it's a pretty good brand of softball, and I think they're going to be really surprised when they come out to the park. It's a good time.
And so that's pretty much your expectation, just going off of what you had last year, just building upon it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, anytime that you come into, especially this season, when we come into the season with the amount of people that we have returning and the additions that we have, the expectations are to get back to the championship series.
Now, when you talk about some of the players, Ashley Thomas, Nessa Myers, bringing NPF Offensive Player of the Year, what are you looking from those types of players that can just build on what they had last year and kind of
it becomes tough. I mean, every year that you're in this league, it gets a little tougher and tougher because pitchers learn how to pitch to you and things like that. But Ashley and Narissa, I expect nothing but them to take off where they left off. They're just good professionals. They work hard, put in time, after practice, extra time. You're expecting them to just continue to build on what they've done in the past, and I think that's what they're going to do.
Right. And now, when you touch on, for instance, Ashley Thomas, who was third on the team, batting average of .326, 42 hits, tied for third in home runs. She was really good defensively. Talk about kind of how you saw Ashley improve defensively last year.
Well, Ashley switched over from being a shortstop, so she moved over to second base. Second base, in fast pitch is a tough position to play. There's so many assignments and things you got to do, but she's just a very good athlete. One of the few, me and Dustin have talked about that, and Joey about, that being able to transition from shortstop to second base is not an easy transition, and she did it tremendously. And not everybody can do that. She just gets better and better every day.
And now, for a player like Kelley Montalvo, hot corner, you're going to want defensive mentality there. Talk to me about how she brings a sense of leadership to the team and how she brings, for instance, the new rookies coming in, how she kind of will talk to them.
She's a consummate professional. When you got that type of energy and that type of fire and passion to play the game, that's contagious. And she continues that, and every time she's out here practicing or whatever she does. I mean, that's just Kelley in general.
And I see her out here, talking. She's vocal. She's always talking to teammates, and she's always vocal.
And that spills over onto everyone else. Just a tremendous example.
Ready as you'll ever be.
Yeah, some of the veterans are we're just as ready as we got to be,
Little nervous or just...
Yeah, I think you're always nervous. The first game, always going in and just being it's always the first game. I think we kind of feel it after the first at-bat.
Right.
After the first at-bat, it's
all the nerves,
okay,
all the anxiety just goes away, right?
Right, everything goes back to let's play. That was probably one of the biggest honors I've ever received, only because she's such a legend in our game. She's just such a role model to young girls, and the fact that I was even put in that category with her, it was amazing. And I feel like that last year I gave everything I had. I was trying to be this great leader, great person, great teammate, everything, and it's hard work paid off, and to receive that award, forget it. I was just so blessed to be able to be in that category.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about your knack for defense. Talk a little bit about how you just love to play defense. And
I tell everybody all the time that I'm like, man, I don't even want to hit. I just want to play defense.
Right.
It's just, I feel like defense, I've always said this, defense to me has to be consistent. It's always consistent. Hitting, you're going to have your ups and downs, you're going to strike out. I mean, it's a game of failure. defense should always be consistent. You should always be ready for the hop. You should always be ready to make a good throw. You can control that, you know. But I just love it. I think I love being out there because it's such a intense position. One at third base.
The hot corner. Yep.
You think a line
You're
drive's
always
going to
paying
come
attention.
any second.
Yep.
And it's funny because I told one of our pitchers, I was like, listen, she's new this year. Her name is Sarah Pauly. And I told her, I go, listen, don't be striking everybody out. I'm going to get bored out there. You make me use me, okay?
All right, Dustin. So, kind of talking about, I saw you last week just practicing with the players, just practicing some hitting. What's kind of your mentality, kind of like maybe what Brian talked about just taking like one game at a time? What do you see so far as the players go? What are some of your thoughts?
Well, I think to start off with, we've had really good energy. I think there's a lot of excitement that was created from last year's success, and a good group of veterans back. And it was really a good way to transition this season, is having some veterans as players come in one at a time, and when they get here, they just decide that's how it always been done. And
Kind of would you say, like not necessarily a vocal leader, but just shows it through just her play, just her constant.
You know, all of these athletes have, and why they're here is because they've proven that they are leaders by example, and they go about their work quietly sometimes. And you know, Jill Barrett doesn't say a lot, but she gets her work done. The quality of their reps are what's most important. Sarah Pauly's the same way, and she's brought such a great presence already in the week and a half she's been here that she talks, but you know, she'll work with the pitchers, the younger pitchers in the league, and you know, you can just, by the time she walks in the clubhouse to the end of the day, she's a professional. She stretches hard, and you know, that some of those things that are overlooked that for me as a coach, and Brian as well, you notice right away. If they take stretching serious, you know what they're going to bring on the field.
Right. Now, kind of building chemistry with new rookies coming in and building that camaraderie within the team. Do you feel like that's really important, just when they come in, just to make sure the teammates that have been here just stay by their side and just kind of stick with them?
Absolutely. You know, the rookies especially, this is new to them, you know, and being sometimes in charge of their time a lot more effective. You know, they don't have the class schedule, they don't have their academics, they have maybe at times too much free time until we start our season.
Right.
So feeling comfortable and probably picking the brain of some of these veterans. When should I be getting my workouts in? How hard should I be going in the weight room? You know, getting extra reps is critical for them at this point. And just, you know, it's like I said, it's all new, so they're learning a whole new team and a whole new system. So something they haven't done for 4 years.
Right.
And you know, it's just starting all over for them. So I think having leadership, having veterans that kind of take them under their wing, just makes the entire environment.
A little bit of film so far on the PA Rebellion. Have you guys studied what they have? You know, what kind of stuff they run? And
you know, Brian and I, probably the thing we talk the most about is gathering information. And you know, at this level, everybody's good. So the more information you can gather and tendencies or strengths or weaknesses, you know, the more information we can throw to our players, the better off we are. So a lot of it for us, you know, we saw everybody a lot last year. It's trying to gather information about the rookies and the players new to the league.
some players you may have never seen before that could catch hitters off
You
guard.
know, there's going to be a lot more international players this summer, so it may not be easy to gather information on those players, but we'll dig deep. You know, the softball community is actually a pretty small world. You know, you can reach out to some coaches that maybe have seen these players play, maybe get information that way.
Right.
But you know, we don't watch as much film as we do just really watching tendencies. And
Tendencies.
really, what a player does against one team and one pitching staff isn't necessarily what we will see him do against ours. So it's using what our strengths are to combat and what we've seen so far. You know, we feel like we play all aspects of the game really strong. And you know, I really hope that I can answer this question the same way at the end of the season, but we've got the leadership, we've got veterans, we've got really athletic rookies, we've got 2-year, 3-year veterans that are new to the league but have proven from their play that they're ready to play at this level every day.
Well, it's kind of exciting in opening night, June 11th, and the fact that, Bernie Kosar is going to be here too throughout the first pitch. So, having been a Browns fan for all my life, I'm really excited, to meet him for one thing, but, to have him come here and be a part of, our opening night, I think is going to be a real thrill. It's going to kind of be a little crazy night, okay, because we know that the college kids love to get,
Opening day is.
They're always a huge, emotional, spirited night, and I think that's why we decided we wanted to do that, because we wanted to, take a piece off of that Women's College World Series. You're really, really excited about the collegiate program and everything. We wanted to kind of carry it over and do a little bit of celebration of opening night to the collegiate programs and certainly to the collegiate programs that are being represented by all of our players that are here from really all over the country, and then with Ayumi and Sanuka, all over the world. So I think we're hoping it's going to turn into a really spirited night. We have a lot of great promotions. I don't think anybody's going to be sitting in their seats really long because of all the promotional kinds of things that we have going on throughout the entire opening weekend. It's going to be a fun place to be. There's no question in my mind. People ought to, just get in a car and make a short drive here, and I think for the next 2 or 3 hours.
Would you say it's the probably the most fun experience for you, being the owner of the Akron Racers?
Oh, there's a lot of really high moments. I think I have to pick one out from a year ago. Certainly, the decisive win over Chicago to move on into the championship series. That was kind of the ultimate thing. I mean, you wish and hope and pray for that. You watch the players play, and you want that for them. You want that that moment for them, and to win in the way we did against really a tough Chicago program. We have been bucking heads for a long, long time, and be able to advance that championship game in 105-degree weather, and it was a pretty exciting moment, I think, for our program, to do that. I'm excited really for opening night, here on the 11th, because just to showcase this great ball club to really the greatest fans in the game. Everybody talks about us being the oldest existing team in the league, and we owe that to our mayor Don Pasquale, who believed in this whole project back in 1995 when we got this thing going, and then our fans who have supported this program, for all these years. I mean, in 2016 we celebrated our 15th anniversary of playing professional softball. So I have to give a lot of credit to the people who dig in their wallets and pay the money to come watch us play. Those are the people that have kept us here. And I hope that we can, deliver a championship for them this year.